What's up guys, welcome to the video. Thought I'd start this video off with a little weigh-in. I already weighed myself, so I already know where I am, but I've got a pair of boxers on now, so I might be 0.1 heavier, we'll see. So let's step on. This is a good way to start a video, isn't it guys? Half naked dude in the bathroom. Right, I'm gonna stand on, grab the camera, so you know it's live. Yep, so 90.7. I was actually 90.6 this morning, but I've actually drank a little bit, so it's probably what the 0.1 is. I was also naked, so I didn't have these boxes on, so I'm gonna be a little bit heavier because of that. I'm just cooking breakfast as well. Breakfast is 225 grams of mince, and that is it guys, 5% fat mince. Like I always said, protein meals to start off with, protein fat meals second meal, and then I have carbs with my pre-workout meal, intra-workout meal, post-workout meal, and post-workout meal. So I'm gonna cook this, I'm gonna eat this, and we'll get on with the day. Something else that I always start my day with is like a huge dump. I hope the camera picked that up. I start my day off with a huge, just a huge drink of water. Obviously I've got some low calorie squash in there, which is a little bit naughty, but it's okay. And then I also have a coffee, just to get that little pep in the morning. And it's important not to just kind of wake up and just drink coffee and no water, because I mean caffeine is a little bit of a dehydrator. So first thing you should do, wake up, huge drink of water, because your body's not had it all night. It's the first thing that you should do. It just helps get everything running, helps you clear out in the morning, let's face it. And yeah, that's my little morning tips for you. Now I've got probably a few hours of check-ins, got a load of emails to reply to. And as always guys, if you ever do want any training or any training advice, links always in the description box towards my email, so you can contact me there. Breakfast, check-ins, and coffee. So guys, just doing a little walk to Tesco's. I'm actually on the way back now. Just something I wanted to touch on while I'm walking, something that was just reminded me while I was doing it, is I'm becoming much more efficient with my time now that it's mine, which is something that I'm so thankful to say. So like at the moment I'm listening to a podcast with Eric Helms, like any kind of YouTube video that I would normally watch, sit down and waste. I don't want to say it's wasting time, because obviously I'm still learning, but I've got to get 10,000 steps in a day, so that's perfect listening time, that's perfect podcast time. I don't need to sit down just to watch these podcasts. I'd much rather get on with client work, get on with videos. So just from like a time efficiency point of view, it makes much more sense while I'm doing these steps, while I'm going places, if I'm on my own of course, just to get these videos in, get this knowledge absorbed. So now when I'm about to hit back, when I'm about to get back, I can go down, I can sit down, I can finish the rest of my clients for the day, or finish as many as I need to until my next meal, have my next meal. Then maybe I could watch another video while I'm eating, because I don't like to do too many things at once. And then when that's finished, I'll go back to my clients, and then I can have my pre-workout meal, and I can go train. So just becoming much more aware of my time is something that I'm doing. And I'm really kind of trying to bring that value. I made a post today on my Instagram, which is up on the screen right now. Just kind of, I'm going to start doing an update about my prep. You guys might not want to see it, you might. I'll gauge the feedback on that, and then I'll go off that. But so far so good. Lots of comments asking how it's going, so I'm definitely going to update every week. Maybe do a little blog post on Facebook as well when I get home. I want to keep Facebook posts, Instagram posts, Snapchat posts, Insta story posts all separate from each other. That's one of my goals. So each different one has a little bit of value to give, so you guys can kind of go around in one day and you can get 4 pieces of value, 5 pieces of value from me. That's my goal, just to grain that in over the next few weeks into routine. So yep, getting back home now. That's perfect. See, how often does this happen? I need 180 and there's 175, so 5 grams of fish. I ain't too bothered. Guys, pro tip, and I really shouldn't be giving you this pro tip because this probably, well, it is illegal, but just put the fish through as bananas and it's really cheap. I'm gonna have 180 grams of basa fish. I actually get prescribed whitefish, but basa is my favorite, or Vietnamese river cobbler. It's very meaty and not very fishy. Like cod sometimes it comes over a little bit fishy, or haddock comes over a little bit fishy. So I like the meaty fish. Basa fish, B-A-S-A. You get it very cheap. I got 8 fillets for £8.17, which is really cheap from Tesco's. You go to the fishmongers, don't buy them pre-packed. And then I'm gonna have 2 whole eggs.
I'm sure we can do this in the future anyway. They set this up.
Wow guys, as you guys definitely just saw, I only filmed a few sets, a few exercises. That was one of those days where you just were in it. Like I wasn't thinking about anything else but just getting those numbers. I couldn't even comprehend. It's a bit weird now walking behind me. I couldn't even comprehend picking up a camera to film these sets and getting angles and stuff because I just wanted to get it. I was so pumped. I was so into that workout. I just didn't want to sacrifice anything by picking up the camera. So I know you guys can completely understand that, and you guys will understand just when you've got those days you got to take them because they're not going to come very often, especially as I start losing more and more weight. So me and Sammy just heading home, gonna have my post-workout meal. I'm starving, I'm sure she is as well. And then I'm gonna go get my steps in.
Did you open the fridge last?
I think so.
Where did you get the almond milk from?
The fridge. Hi guys, back from that walk. I'm gonna finish off this video with pretty much what I think the title is gonna be, and it's gonna be why you shouldn't be having cheat days. The only thing I would add is this advice is pretty much for bodybuilding as a sport, preserving muscle, and generally looking to perform at your most optimal in terms of bodybuilding and powerlifting and anything that's moving heavy weights, because things like boxing, things like anything, just generally losing weight, you can afford to lose weight a bit quicker because you're doing a little bit more cardio. You can afford to have more refeeds and and you can afford to play around a little bit more, as you don't need to be focused on preserving muscle. You can kind of more concentrate on burning fat. If you're someone who hasn't got kind of a good year, 2 years of training underneath you, you could probably get away with it as well. Maybe a year, you could probably get away with losing weight a little bit quicker, just because you're not going to have much muscle to preserve, guys. So it doesn't, and like, if your focus isn't on bodybuilding, you don't need to focus on preserving muscle. You don't need to focus on that. So I do have a few clients who aren't bodybuilders, who aren't into training, who are just looking to lose weight in general. People who are in the office, people who want to do Muay Thai. I've got a boxer. I've got a boxer who's competing in September. I've got a Muay Thai guy who's competing in, I think, October, and he's from the Middle East. Like, it all depends on the sport, and this is for bodybuilding. So I'm going to completely freeball this. I have got no notes written down. I'm just going to say what's on my mind, and if anything I miss, I'm sorry. I'll try and comment down below, or if you guys can comment down below with why you shouldn't be having cheat meals, that'd be great. First of all, when should you really be having cheat meals, or refeed days as I like to call them? To be honest, if you're just starting out a prep, you shouldn't really be having them for a long time. Why? Because you've got the body fat. You've got to lose it first to kind of warrant the refeeds or warrant the cheat meals. They are a good tool to use psychologically in the long run, kind of having that refeed day to look forward to, so it kind of promotes adherence during the week. I understand that and I get that. However, if it's happening weekly, odds are that you're eating more in a deficit than you need to be during the week. So my thoughts behind this, say you have your refeeds on Sunday, kind of Monday to Saturday, you're depleting yourself, and in my opinion, you're eating away into the muscle, and you're just, those kind of like Friday, Saturday sessions, if you're training, are really going to suffer because you're the flattest of the week. And if you need to refeed in order to fill up every week, which is what I was doing last year, for me, you spend too much time in a depleted state, which will affect your training, which is something that you need to prioritize while you do this cut, while you lose weight, while you try and lose fat and keep your muscle. I know a lot of people, a lot of good bodybuilders, a lot of really knowledgeable bodybuilders who will refeed weekly, every couple of weeks, or when they need to. However, it does, like, in what I see in them, it doesn't really come until they've lost a significant amount of weight and they need to kind of refeed, and they end up being flat a lot more often, which is something that I'm sure will happen with me eventually down the line. But in that initial 2 months, 3 months maybe, depending on how long you are cutting for. So for me, it took me 8 weeks to have my first refeed day, and to be honest, I wasn't even that flat. I wasn't flat at all. I just had a massive flush out, and it was used as a weight regulation tool, which is something that I'm a big fan of. So with my clients, often we don't get the macros and calories right first time. That's a big thing that happens, because no one's, I haven't got a magic calculator for everyone. It does take a bit of time to kind of understand where your baseline of metabolism is, where your activity level is, and what to go off. So if I end up giving you kind of, maybe, I don't want to say too low, but I'm giving you calories that are making you lose more weight than I want you to, depending on your goals as well, I will implement a refeed day or a cheat meal, because I have a lot of general population clients, so cheat meals really promote adherence to the plan. So that will kind of give you a bump of calories, which essentially, if you add up all 7 days, including that refeed, will dissipate across the week, which will make you into a less of a deficit, therefore controlling weight loss, making it a little bit slower. So that is a very good tool where you use refeed. But if you are in that case where you are losing weight too fast that you need to refeed, you've probably got your macros and activity a little bit wrong. To a certain extent, there are fine lines here, and there are different people who just need the refeeds, who just are fucking machines at all time. Like, that does happen, but for the majority of us, cheat meals should be kind of avoided till those later levels when you really need them. And even then, it's not really efficient to chow down. It's not really efficient to chow down on a Five Guys. It's not efficient to have a dirty pizza. It's not efficient. It's just not good for you to have anything other than whole foods that you're used to eating, that your stomach can handle, that your system can handle. There isn't really any benefit in like having that high fat, salt, sugar day to boost leptin levels and all that kind of stuff. Like, it doesn't really make sense. You're really just giving your body a lot of undigestible, high amounts of macronutrients that you're not used to, which doesn't really make sense. And I was doing it all last year, guys, so don't call me out for it, because I know that I was doing it. I went for a Five Guys every Friday, Five Guys Fridays, I remember it. And I'll do that, and I'd overload my body with as much food as I could, like salt, sugar. I used to have brownies and milkshakes and just go crazy and have so much saturated fat, which my body didn't want. My body wanted the carbs and low fats, and it wanted the foods that I eat every single day that it can absorb and it can adjust to. So I'm not saying, I know the clickbait title, I'm not saying why you shouldn't ever have cheat meals. You should, and I'm an advocate of refeeds, not necessarily cheat foods, because I think it promotes a negative association with food. Just, you know, I've got to restrict myself. Now I can binge. Like, I'm not a fan of that. I think you should diet the way you do while you cut, the same way you bulk, and that proves true for me. I've had the same foods pretty much year round, and I'm happy with them. They're nice foods. They're nutritious. They're whole. And yeah, so I hope that makes sense. Bit of a rant, but I'd love to give you guys a little bit of value. I'm gonna end the video there, guys. I am shattered today. Killed my workout. One of the best workouts I've had in a long time. I'm not going to film tomorrow. Next time I'll probably film will be Sammy's competition, if she lets me film. If not, then I'll film kind of Friday or Saturday. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys are enjoying the regular content. Drop a like, it helps the channel so much. I want to get to that 3,000 subscribers soon. I wanted to get to 5,000 by Christmas, or by New Year's, but I'm not sure how that'll happen. So if you guys tag your brothers and all your friends and your sisters and your mums and your dads and your dogs, that'd be great. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. I'll see you very soon. Peace.